What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Hot Corner Podcast. Today, me and Tyler are here, like usual, gonna chat away about the Dallas Mavericks and the Lakers, what the results have been since the Luka trade and since the All-Star break. One side has been a lot better than the other. One side has been pretty mediocre, to say the least. And then we're going to talk about the Detroit Pistons and how they've had their best team since the Bad Boy Pistons, or I should say, since that early 2000s Pistons team with Ben Wallace and all those guys back in the day. But this Pistons team is very good, fun to watch, very good at defense. They just struggle a little bit from the three-point range, depending on who's on the floor. If Malik Beasley's not on the floor, then they're probably not hitting their threes. So shout out to Malik Beasley, ex-Timberwolf, for hitting those threes for them, making a big difference. So let's go to Tyler for Tyler's throwback.
We got a good one today. Might not be from the 90s, but it's okay. Um, Today, um, this man himself, standing 6'3", 195 pounds, Scott Deshaun Francis.
Oh. Yeah, so we talked about
Oh,
this last episode. It was supposed to be Dale Ellis, and now it's
whoa.
Francis.
Yeah, see, can't have you predict everything.
Oh my God, I'm on my toes. You got me on my toes. That's what
God,
Francis does in 2K.
three-time All-Star, Rookie of the Year, the 99 season greatest year of all time, because that's when your boy was born. Um, the 99 to 2000, that's when he tied Elton Brand for Rookie of the Year. They both won it.
Come on.
And all all rookie. Oh my God. Ugh. Drafted by the Vancouver Grizzlies.
Damn.
Yeah.
Throwback. Can't
Yeah.
can't
That's
hear that anymore.
no. No. Oh my God. He played 9 years, 576 games, 18 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 6 assists, shooting 43% from the field, 34 from three, and then 79% from the line. Um, I mean, that throughout the when he was on Houston, 99 to 05, he was averaging like 15 shots a game. I feel like that's okay for a point guard. It's pretty good, back in the era of when people didn't just hook up threes. Dude was a menace in the paint. That dude could dunk. His rookie year, you want to know how many dunks he attempted?
Attempted?
Or,
I
well,
don't
I guess
know.
made, but
Okay. How many?
96
96 dunks.
from a rookie who's 6'3".
Right.
A rookie. I don't know.
A
That
second
that's
round
that's just insane.
pick to be exact.
Okay. Well, Vancouver. You
Vancouver.
know, he came out and proved something.
He went from Vancouver to Houston.
Houston, Houston Huckets.
The
Um,
first
Houston. Um, I mean, if you go look at his highlight reels, it's just insane. He was cooking everybody. He could handle the ball, he could pass the ball, he could dunk the ball, he could shoot the ball, he could do everything. He gives me hope that I could not actually be that good. But the 2002 to 2003 season that he had, it was like the best stats that he had.
Okay.
Obviously, I wasn't watching basketball at the time, so I couldn't actually see what was going on.
Okay.
But statistically, that was like his best year. And that's when he was an all-star. He three-peated an all-star appearance. So I mean that's not too bad. Um and in the 2002 to 2003 season, He played all 81 games. Um, he shot the ball 16 times on average, right? Made 43 and a half. That's what he was shooting. 43 and a half, 43.5% from the field. And I mean, he was getting offensive rebounds, he was getting defensive rebounds. But going through his career highs, too, 44 points. It's the highest he's scored. That's pretty insane. 17 rebounds. That's pretty insane. 15 assists, 8 steals, 4 blocks, 6'3". You get 4 blocks in a game? Oh my God. Come on. 7 double doubles throughout his career. I mean, it's not really impressive, but I mean, it's a little something, something, you know? Like he was just, I don't know. He was a menace. I watched his highlight reel and I was like, oh my God. Dude, he was saucing up Kobe. He was dunking on the like Great Walls of China. Not Yao Ming, but like, people of that caliber. It was just it's just insane. I don't know. I love Scott Francis. He's awesome. Oh wait,
Yes,
no, it's Steve
it's
Francis,
Steve
isn't it?
Francis. I don't know why you kept saying
Steve.
Scott.
Because I even wrote down Scott when I was literally looking at it.
That's
Oh my God.
that's all
I
right.
promise. I know ball. I promise.
He's trying to
I
prove
know
a point that he
ball.
knows ball and calls him Scott.
Oh my God. That's literally what I'm so used to when we play 2K. Scott Francis, but it's Steve.
Steve, yes.
I don't like him being associated with the dude from Subway.
Not much you can do about that. Yeah, he didn't have a very long career. Only played 9 years in the league. He did fall off pretty hard, and real quick too. He still had a decent year in 2005, 2006 for the Orlando Magic. He only played about half the games, but he just couldn't find his rhythm with his shooting. He started off really hot as a second round pick coming in, winning Rookie of the Year next to Elton Brand in 2000 and 99 and 2000, coming in averaging 21 points per game for Houston, making 3 All-Star appearances, coming and going to Orlando and still averaging 21, playing 78 games. Like he was a damn good basketball player. The problem was is his shot didn't fall later in his career. And when your shot doesn't fall, you eventually get needed out of the rotation. It just looks like it just came to an end through injury. So his '09 or '08 '09 season he got hurt, and just never came back. And that's his career. But he is one of the first combo guards in the early 2000 centuries who could shoot, play, make, rebound, and score at a will. And he was what they call a bucket getter. He was being able to hit the mid ranges, dunk on you in the post, even play make at a exceptional rate of doing pick and rolls, finding the open man in the corner, doing his job well. Now I will say these Houston teams probably weren't the best by any means. Um, it's not like they were horrible, but let's take a look here.
He
Um,
only made one playoff appearance too. So I mean,
right.
that kind of goes to show, but
So it's tough to base a guy's career off of not much production when it comes to playoff appearances. I know regular season wise, very good basketball player. He's one of these guys that I think gets forgotten and will not be looked at much for the upcoming generation of kids watching NBA. But if you have time as a young kid and if you're listening to this, please go watch Steve Francis highlight reels. And I want you to watch Cade Cunningham, who is a bigger point guard, and then go watch Steve Francis and tell me who, what you can kind of take a look and see what is so similar between the games. Because they both do everything that they have done in their careers very well, and they're very comparable when it comes to their game. Cade's a bit bigger. He can use his size to shoot over people. Steve Francis was more of an aggressive, go at the rim type guy, but they both hit the mid ranges very well. They shot at a average percentage besides his 2001 season, he was shooting about 40%. So yeah, I think that's a great throwback, dude. Like, there's so many people that probably watch basketball that have no clue about Steve Francis, and now we're gonna open a door and awaken their eyes of greatness of Steve mother effing Francis. And if you play 2K, go use him in the all-time. I think is it the Rockets or is it the Orlando team? I think
I,
both technically.
I think it's
Um,
Houston majority.
I think, but yeah, if you want to go cook your friend with a guy that they have no clue about, Steve Francis is the man.
He is that
So,
dude.
so
He's that
yeah,
dude.
that is Tyler's throwback player this week. Thank you, Tyler, for keeping us on our toes. It's not Dale Ellis, it's Steve Francis. So, but now we want to go into this next topic here of Dallas versus LA. Now, we all know that LA won this trade immediately, and they are still winning this trade. They will always win this trade because they got the best player and the younger player out of it, which doesn't usually happen. Usually the best player in a trade is not the younger one. It's usually the older one. But in this case, they got the younger, better player, who I guess was fat. Cool. He could still score 30 on your dome, being 280, and he even did push-ups. Like, good for you. I love it. But no, like Luka Doncic has been very good for this Lakers team. And the Mavericks obviously have been up and down. They've had good wins, they've had bad losses. So it just goes to show that um,
It was a big loss, and I don't know why. I don't. I still don't know why they would do that because it's. I'm just lost. I'm just lost in the sauce with that. But at least he proved that he's still a baller. Like, I mean, he proved that last night. Um, just cooking, cooking the Lakers with that triple double. But I don't. Anthony Davis is a great player. Don't get me wrong, but 3 quarters in your debut game,
yeah, and he's been hurt since. So that's kind of the problem with it is like I feel like the Mavericks would have such a better outcome if he didn't get hurt. Like
they'd be
in the
scary.
first game. They would be. They would be a good team. Kyrie and Anthony Davis is a great duo, if not one of the top 5 to 7 duos, I would say, in the NBA if they had a full time playing together. Now they have their struggles with not having a big man. We literally talked about this. Dwight Powell is their starting center, and then they're throwing other random guys out like Moses Brown and Kessler Edwards, who was a two-way contract guy. Like that's not gonna win you ball games, man. There's no defense, there's nothing. And it just goes to show that they have to make their threes. Because yes, you can attack the rim, but you can't stop the other team. And if the other team keeps shooting threes and you don't, then you're already behind, and then you have to catch up by shooting threes, and you only have 2 good shooters on your team, and Kyrie Irving and PJ Washington. And it goes to show PJ Washington went 0 for 9 one game and they lost by like 20. So like it's so tough for Dallas, and it's a shitty situation because you got a good player in Anthony Davis, an MVP type player, but he's been hurt. So we don't know when he's going to be back. I don't know when he's going to be back at least. So
It's just like they went on a 3 game win streak and then lost Golden State 126 to 102, which that's that's kind of bad. Um and then the Lakers, of course, with Luka and LeBron James. I mean, that's something that I never would I thought I would never say that in my life. Like, yeah, it won't happen in the Olympics, it won't happen in the NBA, and then all of a sudden we got splat on. But I I just my hopes and prayers go out to Dallas because I think that they're done. If Anthony Davis stayed healthy, I'm sure that they would have somewhat of a shot. Not saying that they would. win the finals. I don't even think that they would make it to the finals, but I think they get out of like the first round. But uh, there's no reason. There's
Yeah.
literally no reason.
It's a tough look for Dallas for sure. And on the Lakers side, man, you look at the month of February, they've lost 3 games, 2 games,
And
two.
Luca just started like what, a week ago?
Yeah, he came back after All-Star break, right? Either
Yeah,
after or right before, but I mean they did take a tough loss to Charlotte, 3-point game, whatever. But man, they're beating they're beating up on some good teams. Like they beat up Denver, they beat them by 23.
yeah.
And then looking at even before they got Luca came back, they destroyed oh my gosh, I'm trying to see. Okay, they destroyed Washington. They beat New York, which is a tough game to win. They beat the other LA team. They beat Golden State. They beat Indy. Like they beat Utah. Like they're beating up against some pretty good teams too. So I think, dude, I told you this. I told you this. They are going to be the most dangerous team in the playoffs next to OKC when it comes to the West. I legit think they can beat anyone, and that goes to show how much one trade can dictate the whole season. If Luka is not there and it's Anthony Davis, we're seeing them as a 7th seed again and probably a team that loses in the first round, maybe battling for a play-in. Now they are either second or third in the West. They should be at least. They should end second or third. So,
I mean, the way that OKC has been playing, not saying that they're playing terrible, but I don't know. The West will always remain scary and unpredictable. The
for
East,
sure.
obviously, you have like your normal. I mean, the Cavs now are taking off, but no, it's just I don't know what's good. This is the most confusing season of NBA I think I've ever been a part of.
Well, we know anything that we say, the opposite goes. And I'm going to call you out on this. You decided to open your goddamn mouth about Victor Wembanyama, and now he is out for the season. You have ruined the San Antonio Spurs' season because you opened your mouth. And you know
Yeah, I
what's
just had to
funny?
ask that question.
You're repping a
I
Washington Wizards sweatshirt, and they can't even get as bad as they are. Like, they can't
Hey,
even get worse than what they are.
Jordan Poole is a baller, all right?
Yeah, and they're the
I'm
worst
just
team in the NBA.
yeah, but it's the old style logo.
So
So
it's
I
like the
mean,
reverse to reverse psychology. You wear their sweatshirt because you want them to do good, but then they do bad, but they're already bad, so then they end up doing good.
exactly. These are the colors that MJ wore. All right? Put respect on Jordan Poole's name. I'm kidding. That's the only thing that I guarantee will not happen from what I talk about. Victor Wembanyama, I just had to open my mouth and be like, oh, 10 years. If he doesn't get injured, do you think that he's going to be blah, blah, blah? And I am an idiot. This is
Yeah,
why I shouldn't say anything.
very.
This is why I should just sit back and sit here, look pretty. Which, now that I say that, I'm probably going to turn ugly.
You already are. Reverse to reverse.
Brendan, I'm going to punch you through the dang screen. I swear to God.
Speaking of punching, what's up, Alan?
I can't believe I I was like I was looking through all the options on Zoom while you guys were chatting and I lost my unmute button. I found it though.
Okay.
Uh
That's,
yeah, hey, hello, hi.
yeah,
How's it
Hello.
going?
yeah.
Shalom,
So
shalom.
the last topic that we were going to discuss was about the Detroit Pistons and their success that they've had so far in the past. Actually, this whole month. They were on a 7 game winning streak. They probably are on 8 now since I think they just beat Boston as we are
They're eight
talking.
and two
Eight
this
and
season.
two
Or this season, this
this
month.
month.
Oh my God.
Dumbass. Um, and I think the reason why they're winning so much is because Cade Cunningham has been absolutely disgusting. Now, Tyler,
He's been so good.
yeah, Tyler, you don't get to talk because if you say one word, one
Whoa,
gosh
whoa,
darn word, and
whoa,
he gets
whoa,
hurt, I'm coming
whoa,
for your head.
whoa, 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 whoa. No, let me get this straight, okay? Because I have praised, that sounds really weird. I have talked highly about Cade Cunningham and how good he is. And now he's good. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'll say though.
No, you talked about him when they were sucking,
Yeah,
and
and
now
I
that you
said
and
that
now that we've been under the radar about it, they've been winning, and now you're gonna come in here and ruin their win streak.
Oh man, Cade Cunningham might be MVP material, guys.
uh, I'm going to murder both of you with Cade Cunningham. I'm gonna take LeVar's foot and hit you with
R.I.P.
it.
Uh,
Try me.
Probably wouldn't do too much. They already threw it in the garbage, so good luck finding it. But no, to be in a true note here, yeah, the Pistons have been absolutely phenomenal. I stated before, man, this is one of the most fun teams to watch, and you wouldn't expect it because about 6 years in a row they have been just horrible. They haven't been fun since Blake Griffin was running the point guard for them basically and doing
Jumping over
everything.
Tias.
So that was
Isn't isn't this their like their first 5 game win streak in a few years or some shit like that?
since like 2016, I'm pretty sure it
Holy crap.
said.
Okay, I thought 2020, but yeah, holy moly.
Oh, we could look at 2020. That was nope. I see a lot of red. They only won.
Yeah, no, 2020 was a really bad. Well, oh,
They
yeah,
lo-
That
I
was their
forgot when Blake
average
Griffin
year.
played for them.
I would say they lost. They won only 20 games in 2020. They won 20 games in 2019. They won 23 games in 2021. They won
When was
17
Blake
games
Griffin
in
with them?
That was like
2019 because they were 500. They're 41 and 41.
Okay, all right. So yeah, maybe I was thinking of Blake Griffin years. I could have swore he was with them during the bubble, but yeah, maybe.
I think that
Like I
was when
said,
he was taking his downturn, but this is when they had Blake Griffin,
okay.
Andre Drummond, Reggie Jackson, Luke Kennard, Ish Smith. God, this team was horrible too. How did this team go to the playoffs?
Put
Because
respect
it's
on
the
Ish
East,
Smith.
man. That statement has never been uttered before in the history of man.
I was listening to the Jeff Teague podcast, and they give Ish Smith so much like props for being the best triple backup in the league.
The best triple backup.
Okay,
Yeah,
back on topic.
Detroit. Yeah, Detroit looks really good. Kate Cunningham is like, I think, finally starting to show what people thought he was going to be when he was drafted. Yeah, I mean that team again. We talk about a lot of teams that are up and coming, like especially in a weak East. They could be good in the next few years.
Yeah, we'll see. I think health wise, they have to be healthy, and that's every team. They just have to be healthy because if you get rid of Cade Cunningham, then they're really going to struggle.
Kate Cunningham. It would be like, yeah, he's instrumental to that team. Without him, they they're not great.
Tyler, what is going on?
I want to say stuff, but I can't.
Just say something, man. If you curse, I'm
No.
coming for your head.
Just do it. We'll put some bets on some other team, because we know Detroit's going to fall apart because you're going to love
Right.
Cade Cunningham.
I'm I shouldn't, but oh my gosh, dude. Just
Yeah,
look, they're sixth in the East. I almost said
and they
West.
just beat Boston by I think 20, right?
Yeah, they kind of put the pounding onto them. Pause and resume. But
It's
yes.
just I'm just gonna say the sixth, fifth, and fourth spot in the East is up for grabs.
Yeah,
Because
I'm pretty
literally the
sure it shoots.
Pacers,
I'm pretty sure this
Bucks,
win shoots them to the third spot.
well, they'd be they're they're
No, they
33
would
and
be the four.
26.
If so, today they have one, and if say Milwaukee and Indiana loses, they go up to four because
That's insane.
it's a one
That
game
is
between.
that's buku.
Yeah, imagine
That was
saying
like that was the top end of the West last year.
right. It was such a revolving door. You didn't know who to put your money on. And
Yep.
right now, God, I mean, if I'm looking at the playoff picture right now, and let's just say we just go with based off the numbers, based off of what the seeds are right now, 1 through 8, you would have Cleveland playing Atlanta, Boston playing Orlando, the New York Knicks playing Detroit, and the New York Knicks just lost Karl Anthony Towns. That's going 7 for
That that
sure.
could that could very well go 7.
If if Cat was there, I think they would have a hard time defending Cat because they would have too many people they would have to pick and choose from because you have Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, you have Josh Hart, even guys off the bench who have been scoring for him. Like it's not easy playing the Knicks, and especially if Cat was there, that's another top 20 player in the league that you have to defend. That's insane. Insane. So I think right now, Detroit's best bet is to be maybe in the 6th spot right now. Because if they take the 4 spot, then they have to play probably Milwaukee. And you don't want to play Giannis in the playoffs. That's probably the
No,
one team next to Boston I would not want to play in the playoffs.
yeah, and I don't think Detroit's a particularly big physical team either, are they?
No, I mean they have Jalen Duren, they have Isaiah Stewart, they have the two centers who are pretty physical. Isaiah Stewart, I mean, he's probably the most physical man in the league, but in reality, you have 2 to 3 defenders in Asar Thompson, Isaiah Stewart, and Jalen Duren, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean those guys I feel like would just get picked apart by Giannis and company.
Right. No, I'd agree. Tyler, you want to say something and just let it out.
Piston, Tristan, Riston. Pistons in 5.
We need to see if this dude had like hit his head on a rock or something.
Yeah, he's throwing gang signs up like Tua Tagovailoa over here, and
I was trying to be like Shannon Sharp.
what about Shannon Sharp?
Wow.
OKC, KFC, don't matter. Lakers in 5. That's why I was like Piston, Tristan, Riston. Pistons in 5.
Wow.
Hey man, I'm just saying, you never know. Never, never. Never,
That's
never.
yep. That's a bad corn song, but yes.
I'm I'm just saying. Without
It's a
gone,
bad corn song.
you never know. Pistons in 5.
Pistons in 5.
I
Pistons in
mean, no,
5.
it's the NBA. The NBA is wild. That there's a shit ton of talent. Like, there's no reason it couldn't be Detroit in 5. I just think the probability of that is pretty low.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
the
think
probability of Luka getting traded was low too, but look at where he's at.
eh, whatever.
Yeah.
Pistons in 5.
Pistons in 5. I'll put that on a t-shirt and we can wear it. Pistons in 5.
Pistons in 5.
What was
Watch
it?
them get swept.
It was something Riston Pistons in 5.
Piston, Tristan, Riston. Lakers in 5. You got to put Tristan Thompson on there though.
Lakers in 5?
Pistons in 5.
No, he said Lakers in 5.
Oh, dude. OKC, KFC don't matter. Lakers in 5.
Dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Lakers in 5. Pistons in 5. Don't matter.
But yeah, I think the East right now, looking at the playoff picture, right, like it's the best bet for the Pistons is either being in the 3 spot or the 6 spot. I don't know if New York is gonna fall. Like with the cat injury, do you expect New York to dip down that much?
I will.
They're five
Sorry.
games. I was gonna say they're 5 games ahead of Indiana, who's the 4th seed, or technically anyone who would be the 4th seed. And yes, Karl Anthony Towns is really good, but is he that impactful that they're going to be down to that fourth seed? You think
Did
so?
did you
I think so.
see I don't remember who it was, if it was NBA.com or ESPN, but there's a lot of places that have Carl Anthony Towns like top 7 in MVP polling.
Well, let's take a look what Basketball Reference has down because they do the kind of the voting process right
Because
now.
I thought I saw one the other day, a post that he was, I thought like 6, and then Anthony Edwards was like 8 or 9, I think.
Okay. I can't find it right now, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it past him because he's
So
been
I mean,
unbelievable.
yeah, I think that would definitely hurt the Knicks, but I mean, I guess it also depends on how much more their schedules in the East.
Karl Anthony
Well,
Towns is ranked fifth in MVP voting for Basketball Reference
that's
in the
Wild.
in the MVP tracker. That's
I will
insane.
say their schedule doesn't look too hard, but they have Memphis on the 28th, then they have Miami, and then they have Golden State, and then the Lakers, and then the Clippers, Sacramento. So I mean,
No, their schedule's easy.
I mean,
I
without
mean,
Cat though,
at worst, that's like without Cat, that's at worst like 500 right there.
Out of the top teams right now in the East, they only play Boston, Cleveland, and Milwaukee three times the rest of the year. So like in total, and then looking at the West, you play the Clippers twice, you play the Lakers once, and then you play your main competition right now, it looks like is Philly a couple times. You have Dallas once or twice, Charlotte, San Antonio, Golden State twice, Portland, Sacramento. They should be able to beat all those teams without Karl Anthony Towns. Maybe struggle against Golden State Warriors, maybe struggle against the Clippers, but you should be able to take care of business against those bottom teams like Portland and San
Right.
Antonio.
they're gonna have some trouble when Ben Simmons gets unsicky wicky.
Oh
Okay,
my gosh. This is the most unhinged video I've ever done with you.
and when Norman Powell comes back, all right. Just saying. I'm just saying. Just
Well,
saying.
we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see how they fare because I think right now their schedule is not that hard. They have a couple of tough matchups, but I don't think it's unbelievably difficult.
They should
Memphis,
be fine.
yeah, and I think they'll hang on to the Memphis game just fine. I mean, you have to understand Jalen Brunson is the best point guard in the East. I think he'll be okay.
The best.
Who who is better than him?
Mitchell? Garland?
Um, Garland plays point guard. Mitchell does not play point guard.
They
Garland
both play guard. Guard is guard.
Garland is not comparable to Jalen Brunson. He might win the clutch player of the year this year, but he is definitely not Jalen Brunson. Cade Cunningham's been very good. He is definitely not Jalen Brunson. There's not a
I was just playing
single,
devil's advocate. That's all I was doing.
well, you're wrong.
I was just wow.
That's not even devil's advocate. That's just trying to start a argument that has no like facts towards
I don't
it.
want no beef. I was just
I'll give you my
I just
beef.
asked the best. Like a trick question.
Mm.
You
If
know?
anything, he's neck and neck with Shea for the best point guard in the league. So
Hmm.
if you, I mean, Luca too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but other than that, man, the NBA is back. We had a terrible All-Star break. Cool.
That All
Um,
Star game was fucking horrid.
there hasn't been a single good All-Star week in years. Years.
Yep.
And the dunk competition's not any better. Like it's so bad.
Chris
The
Paul fucking cheating. That's why Wemby went down right there. Karma, bitch.
That was so funny, dude. My dad sent this to me and he goes, "This is why I watch hockey and not women's basketball." And I'm like, and I look at the video and it's Chris Paul and Wemby getting disqualified for
Yeah.
cheating the skills competition. I'm like, are we really gonna try like that hard about a skills competition?
How shocked are you that it is Chris Paul of everybody that would try and cheat in the skills competition.
That's high IQ.
He's 40 years old. He doesn't care about the skills competition. Who cares?
I'm pretty sure he can turn that down. You're not being forced to do it.
Probably, but it's just so stupid. I bet you they needed names though, because I bet you so many people turned it down. But the 3-point contest was cool. Our white boy Tyler Hero came up on top, so that's always fun to see. I bet you he's got an insane 2K card right now. They always do when they win the competitions. But other than that, yeah, we're slowly like implementing, or not implementing, but we're slowly picking up the season, heading into the playoffs. I think this year will be a great year for the playoffs. I still wish I would have seen a San Antonio run to make the playoffs,
Yes.
but with Wemby hurt, De'Aaron Fox basically taking the team on his back, they're not any better. So, haha, De'Aaron, you went from a not playoff team to an even worse not playoff team. So go fuck yourself. And actually, Sacramento is in the playoffs right now because they're in the play-in at the 10th seed, thanks to Zach LaVine, another white boy. So, alrighty, well, that kind of does it. Oh,
Except for this. I'm going to say something bombastic.
very fantastic.
Whippers, pull up your zippers.
Oh my God.
Clippers in 7. James Harden.
Yeah,
is gonna
you know,
get a
just
ring.
end the video right now. Delete the video.
James Harden is gonna go get himself a ring.
If he ends up going to the Minnesota Timberwolves next year,
Oh, got him.
let's
Him and
go.
Ant? They'll be like Dylan Brooks coming out of the tunnel when he's like, oh,
Oh
God.
my gosh.
Wow.
Well, that wraps it up on this random episode of the Hot Corner Podcast. Please leave a like and subscribe. I might have to cut a little bit out just from stupidity, but I'm going to leave most of this in because this is comedy gold. And now
Tune in next week to see what chaos unfolds.
Right. Hopefully Tyler is not on some ADHD medication.
Walker Kessler for MVP, baby.
Rookie of the year, actually.
Let's throw it back to like 2 years ago. Oh my
Dumb
gosh.
dildo.
Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you again for tuning in. Please leave a like and subscribe. Check out our TikTok, The Hot Corner Podcast, and our Instagram at TheHotCorner_pod. And we will see you guys later.
Good show.
Peace.
Peace.